It's the NFL on EA Sports. And up next is one of the best nicknames in football, Sauce Gardner. He'll make you pay if you throw his way too often. It's the Bills and the Chargers on EA Sports.
Glad you could join us, everyone. Alongside Brock Hewitt up in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And this contest isn't quite the level matchup that typical good games are born from, partner. One side clearly favored over the other.
Yeah, well, you know where this comes from? A trap game. That's where this comes from.
Yeah.
In any sport, from the NFL to basketball to soccer, playing at home, we know this can be the great equalizer that gives the steepest underdogs a fighting chance, and you can feel it in the building today.
I was going to say, you can already hear this home crowd rally in support of that upset. So here they come now to take over on offense. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
Nobody came away happy last week, no question about it. Himself, most of all. His team went 0-1 picking up the loss. He was 0-1. One pick, no touchdowns. Not good enough. Defeat not an option this week, and neither is a lack of touchdowns. They intend to rectify both.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And they make this stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. So now the Bills will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. And leading them out is the 2nd overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 29. Oh, he nearly starts the game off with a pick. Just couldn't hang on to it. Good defensive play, though, regardless. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. That's caught for the 1st. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Handoff running left. Here's Gibbs. Down the sideline to the 45. And he's all the way down to the 36. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. Again, it's Gibbs. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard. First down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Bills first down. Working inside the red zone. This one taken in by Chase. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here's Spiller. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Bills finish off their opening drive. Point after by Mevis is good. And the Bills won up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Mevis ready to send this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Chargers are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Herbert from the gun. And he goes down. The Bills got to him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. We're back with the NFL on EA Sports. Still early in this one as we pick up the action here in the first quarter. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Shotgun now for Stroud. Into the hands of Jefferson. Complete. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Christian Fulton, the one to bring him down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. They give to Gibbs on the option. They'll cobble together a yard there. Making the tackle there, Joey Bosa. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Another one for Gibbs. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. From the gun, Stroud. Short pass brought in. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th and 3, drive on the line. Here's Stroud. He finds him beyond the marker. And they bring him down around the 34. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. Now they're going to...
Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. Looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up. Enough to Gibbs from the gun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They've been leaving him open, and that is something they're going to have to button up in the near future, Brock, considering the type of start this guy is having.
Yeah, this running back's making all sorts of friends with his buddies in his offensive huddle. Enemies on the other side, but this kind of production means everybody's going to get to eat today.
Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
About to begin the second here. The Bills definitely thinking points. Now it's Stroud. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up. They'll toss it to Gibbs. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. Stops for no gain and leaves them 6 yards out on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, Stroud. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills now lead by 10. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Bills drive their lead to 11. Nevis ready to send this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. It's a 14-3 ball game as they take over following the score. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Running it again with Dobbins. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
From the pistol, it's Herbert. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Back to the air. Herbert to the right and pulled in by McConkey. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory. Third down, 1 yard to go.
Third and 1.
Going for the first with Dobbins. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
At the 33-yard line.
Going to the ground again on first. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Brought in right side. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now. It's his running back. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. Second and 3 now.
10-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Herbert. This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal.
First and goal at the
Man in motion out of the slot. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Another chance at it on second and goal, still from the 5.
second and goal at the 5-yard line.
Dobbins gets it off the option. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Chargers making a one-score game in the first half. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Fielded at the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Bills and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And he is the NFL leader in rushing yards as we work through November. He's hoping an excellent season can continue as such here. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up second and 9. They'll go right side with Gibbs. And he's brought down for a loss. The rookie out of Alabama, they're on the tackle. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Back to throw, Stroud. Into the hands of Gibbs. Space past the 35. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving. Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Gibbs now from the gun. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
He'll get this to Jefferson. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, it came at the perfect time.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up. The Bills with a punt team out there. He punted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And they'll get to this one right around, actually exactly at the 15-yard line. The Chargers returning their offense and this running back to the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. It's the Chargers in a nice spot, 2nd and inches. Shotgun snap to Herbert. This one's taken in by Otten. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Throwing on first is Herbert. Johnston brings it in. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes in the
play is under review.
So the officials looked at it twice. The replay officials in New York agreed, and the call on the field's going to stand. From the 39. Escapes the sack. They'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Herbert throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. So once again, J.K. Scott out to punt it away. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And a fair catch made here at the 17. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Bills will take over deep in their own territory. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Brought in left side by Jefferson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Trying to work quickly now. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Finds his man Chase. There he goes on the right side. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. Mevis with a point after. And the Bills drive their lead to 11. Mevis ready to send this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Chargers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And down a couple of scores, Brock. They probably try to get this into field goal range to trim that lead before halftime. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Completed here to Johnston. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. And he can't make the hook up on the deep ball. That's incomplete.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Herbert to throw once more. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They're set up at the 35 now. Herbert on 1st down. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Bills make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
You know, Kate, so often they say that defense is just reactionary. They're just reacting to what the offense is doing. But I'll tell you what, when you got a defensive call like that, the right personnel, nickel coverage, the right defensive plan, it plays such a huge role in helping take the ball away.
And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Christian Fulton the one to bring him down. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Stroud. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Christian Fulton the one to bring him down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Spiller gets it, going left. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Another punt coming up. Austin McNamara to again do the honors. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. Gonna have to make those halftime adjustments on the fly today. We're skipping right through to the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bills and Jamar Chase about to take over on offense once again. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. This give is to Spiller. Oh, he trucked that defender. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further. Well, this is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Their punter making his way out now. Austin McNamara will kick this away. He signals for the fair catch and brings it in. No return on that punt. And the Chargers take possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Herbert with a blitz coming. Got a man. Palmer has it. And he gets him around 6 there. That was Sauce Gardner dropping him there. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 26-yard line.
Here's Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. That's good for 7 yards. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Gets this to McConkey. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
34-yard line.
Now Herbert again. Completes this one to Otten. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Tackled by Jack Campbell. 3rd and 4 coming up now. It's Herbert once more. Challenges double coverage, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Bills take over as he records his 10th career INT. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
From the gun, Stroud. That's Jefferson. He's got it. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Stroud. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. The home teams are being led back out on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 19 at the 6-yard line.
Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 8 yards on that pickup, and an even 10 remain on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Herbert back to throw. On target to Dobbins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
And the Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. He's into the hands of Will Dissly. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So now, after the penalty, it's 1st and 15. Running it after the penalty. And he's brought down for a loss.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had two choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Bills will take over possession. First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, they go with Spiller. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet. You have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Handoff running left. Here's Gibbs. And he's brought down after a short gain. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Stroud now on 3rd. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Now, after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Stopped by Deion Henley. He gets a couple, and he'll bring up 3rd down.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
This ball's cut by Bowers. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down. Coming right is Gibbs. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Now it's Stroud. Oh, the football's loose. And it's scooped up by the Chargers. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You know, Kate, that's a stop.
While a new offense. So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. 1st and goal. Here's Gibbs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These defensive ends today are so good, Kate, with their hands, and it's often right off the jump. If you can win with your hands, if you can create space, you can get a tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
To the air, Stroud. And he scores. It's a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Bills push their lead to 18. Mevis ready to send this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. This return makes it up to the 25. The Charger offense making its way to the field. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the 33-yard line.
Herbert from the gun. Hauled in left side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Johnston brings it in. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Herbert to throw once more. That's complete to Dobbins. And he's able to get this down to the 36. That one gains 7. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36.
Herbert throwing again. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 18 at the Bills' 43-yard line.
Trying again, following the sack. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. This one's taken in by Otten. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that lowers the deficit to 15.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Shotgun now, 1st round. Chased out to his right. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. A give left side for Gibbs. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Completed to his running back. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This one taken in by Chase. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And his torrent pace has not stopped so far in the opening half of this season. He's already up to 50 catches on the year. And I think we can say that triple digits on the season becoming less of a dream and much more of an expectation with the way that he is playing. Running back sent in motion. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Pass is caught at the 9. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing them.
Finds his man Chase. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
They'll toss it to Gibbs. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Only manages 1 yard on that run, so now they'll need 3 on 3rd and goal. From the gun, Stroud. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got 4th down. Mevis able to knock it through. And it's a 3-score game now, an 18-point lead.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
He stopped on the return at the 27. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air, Herbert. He's throwing deep to the left side. He's got it deep downfield. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. He's trying to go deep again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
It's Herbert once more. Finds McConkey. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Herbert now to throw on 3rd. Put the body on the line for his team. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Herbert on 1st down. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now Herbert again. Has it in close. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. On 3rd and 1, it's Herbert. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers get it back to within 2 possessions. Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers make it an 11-point ball game. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And the Bills are able to secure this kick. And he's going to be blocked down after reaching the 43. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks them, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Another one for Gibbs. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He stopped at the 17. And this is now a 100-yard game for him after that last carry. Man, what a strong day he's had running it for this offense. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Bills ready to move to a perfect 10-0. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Again, it's Gibbs. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. First down, and they go right back to him. And he only gets this one down to the 9. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. The Chargers into a nickel set, 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills have likely locked up the win right there. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Bills push their lead to 18. Mevis ready to send this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The home teams and Joshua Palmer set to go to work again. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
McConkey's got it on the sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
3rd and 6.
Herbert from the gun. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. He finds him beyond the marker. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Herbert to throw once more. Completes this one to Otten. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Got his target. It's Otten. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9.
18 more yards. That's another Chargers 1st down.
Herbert throwing again. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker. So it's the Bills who come away with the win. And he